Hello! You probably can't hear me well, but that's okay. This is a weird stream. You'll hear me better in a moment. Okie dokie. Who's here? Anybody here? I am doing a very weird stream today. Hello, Cognitive. Welcome, sir. Good to see you. Grief, good to see you. Hello, Biff from Germany. This is a strange stream for me because you can barely hear me. Here, I'll do this. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Game Club Central. Today is a unique view at my cabinet. I'm going to pull it apart in front of your eyes and give you a tour of all the components and pieces. After I get the glass off, I'll turn on some nice light so you can see everything nice and bright. If you have any questions, please ask. I'm also going to take some measurements for a couple people that have asked, and I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm going to wing it, and I'm going to do my best. And I'm going to be moving cameras to give you better angles. See how we do. So without further ado, here is my Ghostbusters cab. I am going to start by removing the glass and then turning on some lights. So I've got a little lockdown bar release there. Pull the lockdown bar off. And I use gloves so I don't have to clean my glass all the time. Just slide my glass out of the channels. And we'll turn on some light. Will probably reflect off of the display a little bit, but... Oh yeah. Nice and reflective. So folks, this is my virtual pinball cabinet. My second cabinet. My first one was pretty cheap. It was a $150 home Sears pinball cabinet made out of Fireball. And I gutted it because it was irrecoverable, water damaged, and just soaked. So I got the boards, traded out to people who needed them, gutted the machine, put a really basic TV in there, and I think it was under 500 bucks. I was up and running and good to go. So, I was satisfied for 3 years, and then I decided I'm not satisfied anymore. I want real flippers. I want real feedback. So, there's a little 3D view of the monitor, 120 hertz. I'm going to power down the cab, and then I'm going to disconnect 2 cables, and we shall open this puppy up. It's always fun to wing it. All right, what was I doing? Oh. Powering down. The nice thing is I have one button that controls everything. All the monitors, all the power to the cabinet. So when I hit the button, power's gone. I'm going to unplug from the wall just to be extra safe. Always better safe than sorry with a pin cab that costs you $5 grand, folks. All right, so hard to see from that camera. Let's see if I can. But this is basically on 2 hinges in the back. There are pivot nuts in the side of the cabinet. And then brackets sit on those on the board. I'll show you here. And then up front, it's just 2 L brackets that hinge at the right level here. I don't know if you can see them. You can't see them. Okay, so let me get this monitor out. Bear with me. This is going to be a bit awkward. This is all one piece. It's on one board with the VESA mounts through the back. I just put some magnets on here because I have a little work light that I use. The hinges are down here at the bottom. And these are real pinball pivot hinges here at the bottom. You can see it. Couple views of the monitor. I took the bezel off. All right. Still can't see well. Let's fix that. Why is that so dark, folks? It's not incredibly awesome, but we're getting somewhere. And I can always move the camera. All right, so up front, let's see. How's that look? Hey guys, sorry I'm not as up on chat as usual, because as I told everybody earlier, I'm winging it here. Hey Monkey Dad, welcome, and thanks for the follow, COT4. So, let's just start up front and go backwards. You cannot see the CoinDoor from there. You can from there, but not very well. We're going to do this. Okay. I know it's not real awesome, but basically we've got a standard CoinDoor here with 2 coin return buttons, standard lights, and I don't have coin mechs. And then down here you'll see I've mounted a USB volume control. I've just double-sided taped that in. USB goes back into the computer, and then up front here I've got the volume control so I never have to open the cab. Only one, but I could do the other one. The button is actually wired to a coin. So instead of putting in a coin, I just hit the coin return button and that's a credit. I also have it on this button just for the heck of it. I'm using 12-volt LEDs in here, but they're not connected yet. Got these from a site in France. If anybody needs a link, let me know. I'll get you the link. But it's hard to find 12-volt LEDs. And if you can get 12-volt using Arnaz's stuff, it's a lot better for you. I think Porgy mentioned that with the 5 and 6.6 volt LEDs, he had some blinking. They work, but they kind of sit there and intermittently blink at you. So, there's the CoinDoor, and then up front, I put Arnaz's brain. I just hot glued it in. But the brain is basically CoinDoor buttons, calibration button for the plunger. There's also a night mode button, which I really, really like. The night mode button just disables all your feedback and lowers your volume. When I stream, I basically just hit the night mode button because you guys hear the flippers too loudly through there. So that solves my streaming. What else? And standard CoinDoor functions like volume up, down, ROM functions. That's the CoinDoor. You can ignore this. I gotta disconnect that actually. This was me playing with the fire button because it wasn't working right. And please ask questions if you have anything as I go. That's why I wanted to do this stream. There's a lot of people that have been asking me various questions, and I needed to get some measurements for them and stuff. If you have a question, please ask. Save that for later. All right, back to the tour. Up front here, this is also not wired yet, but this is an LED light. It goes up through the fire button. And these are all DOF configured, so all the lights you see on the front of the cabinet are going to be controlled differently by each game. So when you haven't entered a coin, the coin button will flash. When the game's ready to start, the start button will flash. If you have a launch ball game, that'll flash. So it's all dependent on different games. I'm going to have to give you multiple views. I don't know why that isn't giving better light. See something. I'm going to regret this when I want to stream pinball later. But that's okay. Other lights here on the front. Thank you for whatever that was. A new subscription. Thanks. Purpley. So I have real devices in here. I didn't go with solenoids. I went with real flippers, real pop bumpers. Oh, looks like I need to fix that one. And I'm sorry, real slingshots. I don't have real pop bumpers yet, but I do plan on getting them. So let me go over some of that. The flippers are here. MagSafes are right behind it. Can't see it real well, but there is a RGB button board here from Arnaz on each of the buttons. So the flippers both have them, and the MagSafes both have them. Porgy and I are planning on doing a session this evening at 9 p.m. Eastern, and we will record it for those of you in Europe. But we'll be wiring up addressables and RGBs. It's not that it's not working, Grief. I just never connected my Moss light, if you can see here. And I'll go into that in a minute. But I don't have any DOF lights yet, and haven't since I put this together for a reason. I was waiting on some other boards. Anyways, back to lights. So RGB on MagSafe and Flipper. And that covers all the up front lights